Okay, circling back to level 7, and we'll be looking at problem 1. These are optional preparation for the CSWA exam, since this is the CSWA problem set. We're in millimeters, grams, and seconds. Medium difficulty. Part's origin is located as indicated. Part is symmetric, and all sketches should be fully defined. Lines, circles, center lines, revolves, extrude cut, and circular. So looking at the geometry, this is kind of like the pond that we did. And so other than the cutouts, we should be able to take half of this, um, draw this profile, and then revolve it, and then do the cut. So let's get into it and see what we find. So we're going to do a new part millimeter front plane sketch, and I'm just going to go with the with a vertical line, and we'll put it about 46. Okay, so our height 46. Doesn't really matter which side you draw on, so let's go this way. I'm going to use the continuous arc going back to the start point, and then we're right back into the line. This continuous arc is a little bit strange because we have to drag off, and I assumed it was tangent, but looking at it, it's not tangent. So we need to undo that. And we'll just go into a 3-point arc since I don't really know where the center is, and we know that kind of looks like that. And then if I go back into the tangent arc, I can pull that piece off, and then we'll go back into the line. All right, so one of the things I want to start introducing is the S key. So I am going to start adding other ways to get into our geometry. All right, so that got a little, let's see, Control Z. I think I'm going to go back to the 3-point arc. And then wherever you have the dashed lines again, you're going to have to do another push or pull to make it work. All right, so that gets my geometry in, for better or worse. We have 28. So from this, we have the diametral dimensions, but the reason that we would want a center line is we need to pull from the center line to that mark to get the diametral dimensions. Otherwise, we're going to be doing a lot of math. So even though I thought maybe I could get away without a center line, whenever I'm doing the revolves, that's probably my justification or my reason for I just go ahead and draw it in the center line. All right, so we're going from the arc to the center line, drag to the opposite side so it becomes diametral, and then place the dimension 1.5. And then we have 21 across the tips. Not going to be a diametral on that one, so hitting escape on the keyboard. Go back in, radius of 15 to a radius of 15. So we could make those equal, but I'm already in the dimension. So let's see, was our radius of 1.5 shown as multiple times? Since it's not called out, then I'm going to go with the assumption that that 2 is 1.5. Let's see our heights. Well, it's going to give us diametral for the tip is 16, and then I think we're going to be relying on the radiuses. So I need to do a shift, and that will automatically put it into the max condition. I don't want to calculate those. So if you pick the arc and it puts it at the center over here, wherever, make sure to go into the leaders and, well, that's actually showing it at a min condition. So, okay, we'll go with that. I'm not sure why it picked that. I would have thought it would have been a max and the min would have been over on that side, but it worked, so we'll take it. All right, and then the 22, and those are getting a little cluttered up here, so I do want to make it a little easier to read. Oh, also it's showing that the outside is 22, so let's go ahead and put that back and see if, well, if that comes down tangent, and we do have a radius of 6. So by process of elimination, let's just go ahead and take that center and make that coincident. All right, we bring that back a little ways. So that's the number I'm looking for, unless it's just vertical, but I don't really have much else in the way to pull, so let's just go vertical. And we'll see, so we get the little bulge, so that did not go tangent. So we'll make that tangent. All right, I did not get the, did not include the center. So there is an angle on that one. They're giving it, okay, that was the other. So we have a 10-degree angle on the inside face. And again, even with the revolve, we can go with the contours and regions. So an 8, and then across the face, we'll go 12. All right. So got a lot in there. Don't necessarily need to on the exam. I wouldn't spend the time to clean this up, but I do want to see it a little bit more readable, so I can go through just real quick. Went fully defined, so we're going to go with it. Revolve, we'll pick our region and let it go ahead. And thin feature, no, I don't want it to be a thin feature. And I'm still not getting the preview, so let's see what I told it to do. There we go. So maybe I had to select the thin feature or deselect the thin feature before the selection. All right, well, that gives us our shape. We have to put in the little groove, so let's go into the front plane. And we'll go right back to a center line. And we can zoom up. Let's go ahead and hit the L on the keyboard. And draw the, oh, didn't actually need that one. I needed to mirror those. There we go. All right, so we're 5 millimeters across the top. And we have an included angle of 24, so pretty close. And then the depth is 4. So as long as we stay vertical, it will generate that geometry. Extrude cut. I just want to make sure I don't stay too close to that angle and it goes with the linear distance. So let's go up to next. And it's putting it on the back side, which doesn't really matter. For the, oh, this is a volume calculation. If it was a center of mass, that might have a little bit of an issue if, well, they rotated something for the section view, or it's an odd number of counts. All right, let's go ahead and accept it. I was just thinking if it was shifted that it would change the center of mass. So let's go ahead and take the cut extrude is still highlighted, and we want to create a circular pattern, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cuts. I'll have the 19 from the loft that so let's go to the face and we can accept it. Alright, so that gets us our geometry. So the volume was set to be 17,327. And when we go to evaluate, let's do the mass properties, 17,314. So we're in pretty close. You know, it's just kind of par for the course at this point that we get our geometry and it looks pretty good. The kind of the indicator, well, I guess it would be because the section view, but out here you don't see it as much. So I'm going to say it kind of gave an indication that there was an angle there, but if I go into the section view, we would kind of see it go through one of those points. So let's go back and see what it looks like on the right. Okay, so if we do that and then go Control 4, yeah, see there's the little angle that I'm thinking about and looking at in the section view. So, all right, we'll go ahead and save that. I need to create my working folder. So I can go into, let's create a new folder. And this one is, there's no assignment associated with this one, so this is just going to be level 7. And we will do, I guess I need to get into that folder. And we'll do P7 7-1.